could go either way, but since it's being recorded, so that way you can hear me. So I am Dennis Darling. I am a Ruby ambassador. Sorry, I am used to, like Aimee, I am used to wandering around. And in my day job, I do a lot of speaking that I'm talking to maps. So I'm used to having a hand behind me pointing at what's going on the map. So if I do that, that's a habit. So I'll put my hand in my pocket so I don't do that. But I'm a Ruby ambassador with Plexus. Aimee and I were asked to come up and talk about gut health. And I'm going to start with, we're gut health. Yeah, we sit and talk about gut health, and for us it was a real situation. We started with gut health before it was popular. Before we sat there, now you can sit on TV and see a probiotic right now. And our son was born in 2005. And he was born with a condition called leaky gut. And as new parents living in Colorado, we did not know what leaky gut was. And we had a great nutritionist that we worked with, and a great doctor in Colorado Springs that we worked with. And we had to learn what a gluten-free diet was back before what a gluten-free diet is. And I don't know if you've ever tried to feed somebody gluten-free when there's no such thing as gluten-free at the time. And the poor kid lived on butternut squash, he loved, and chicken bone broth. And we had to learn to cook and learn to bake. And it's, not gonna lie, it sort of put a cramp in our style. We would have been just like every other American family that could have eaten macaroni and cheese and hot dogs and fed our family for less than $75 a week. But we had to learn how to cook from scratch. We had to learn how to bake at 9,200 feet. I don't know if you've ever seen a loaf of bread at 9,200 feet, but it ain't pretty. There's a reason they play hockey with that stuff. And this continued for us, and it became a lifestyle. For a while, we moved from Colorado, we moved to Vegas. My job moved us to Vegas in late 2000s, about 2009, 10. And I blew out a knee. I'd gotten out of shape. My day job is a wildland firefighter. And then I went from being on the ground and in the trenches with the guys and burning calories to management. I got a job as a deputy chief, or a battalion chief, and then a division chief. And that took me out of being as physical as I used to be, and hiking the hills with the guys as I used to be, and into more management. And I didn't adjust my eating styles. I didn't adjust how much I was eating. And I started gaining a lot of weight. Went from about 190 pounds to 230 pounds. And also at the same time with gut health, I quit chewing. I was an avid Copenhagen chewer since the time I was 13 years old to almost 41. And so quitting chewing, changing jobs, I blimped up to about 230 pounds. Then I blew out a knee. And so the knee was going to be 4 weeks in a recovery with no weight bearing because of what I did to it. And Aimee and I sat down and chatted, and we went vegan for the simple fact, not for any political reasons, but for the simple fact that I needed to do something. So when I was sitting in that lazy boy for 4 weeks, I wasn't just sitting in there eating chips and pretzels and whatever else that came along. And I couldn't afford to be 300 pounds, so I was already at 230. So, and we really enjoyed being vegan. We made a deal that as long as, when I said I wanted a hamburger, I could make a portobello mushroom and make a hamburger, make it look like a hamburger. And so we have traveled this gut health route now for many years. 2013, we'll fast forward to 2013, we had moved to Roseburg, Oregon. I don't know if you've been to Roseburg in a long time, but it was really hard to be vegan in Roseburg, Oregon. I don't know why. They got some great farms and great U-picks. I learned to can, I learned to preserve foods. That's something I've taken up a passion for and really started enjoying doing. But being vegan or vegetarian in Roseburg really was tough. And so we went back to eating meat. But at the same time, we found Plexus. And My job is a good job. My day job is a great job. And I've been in it since 1989, and it's always kept, Aimee and I have always had a deal. My job would keep the roof over our heads and food in the bellies. Her job was paying for cars and travel and vacations. Well, we have 2 kids, and I don't know, when everything is going on and we move to Roseburg, my job moves us and she has to start over. My job moves us, I got a guaranteed income, but we never thought about what it was doing to Aimee and her jobs. She had a great job in Colorado working for a doctor, and that going back to Colorado, that really helped us again with our gut health. He was a functional medicine doctor who you really, with him, paid attention to what was the symptoms, or let's find the root cause and not just treat the symptom. And that was a great lesson for us. And we took that to Vegas. And then we get to Roseburg. And we're thinking, we're moving to Oregon. A bunch of hippies up here. She can find a job easy. Yeah, no, not so much in Roseburg, Oregon. She had a hard time finding a job. And she finally got a job with the YMCA, working about 20 hours a week, doing nutrition and consulting with people there. And it was enough. It was bringing in that extra $100, $200 a month that we were needing for private school for the kids or tutoring for the kids. But it wasn't giving us the chance to travel. And I don't know if you follow her on Facebook or Instagram, but we love travel. That is like our love language. When we were asked to come up here, we're like, woohoo! Let's see what we can find. What else is there to do in Lake Stevens? Where else can we go? I mean, we're doing an apple festival tomorrow out on the peninsula because, hey, we're here. Why not? And those are the things that, as a family, we just enjoy doing. If it sounds fun, hey, let's try it. Let's go do that. And so, a friend of ours, Helen McFadden, sent Aimee some samples of Plexus, and we're like, no, let's not go down that road. And then Aimee went down that road. And I laughed. Our first deal was, we'll give it a year. We'll try it. We'll try it out for a year and see what happens. Well, our first check came in, roughly $700. And I'm like, let's just not cash that. Or if we do cash it, I'll put it in the bank and hide it. That way, if there's something's funky about this company, and I got the $700, I can give it back. But it's been a great company to work with. We believe in the products. And that's what really started us down this road. Was it a product we could believe in? Was it a product that worked for our family? And it did. Some of you probably heard my story. The Slim is great, but give me the X Factor, the probiotics, and I'm a sucker for a Boost. I will take Boost every day of the week, and I enjoy Boost. When they asked me to demo Boost, I was like, sure. It was the first good night's sleep I probably had in over 4 months. And I don't know what it is about Boost, but it helps me sleep through the night, and it gives me the energy through the day. I love Slim. I'll use it every day. And we believe in the products. We also believe in the compensation plan. I mean, we were at a point where between the 2 kids, tutors, car payments, being new in town, wanting to travel, wanting to explore the Oregon coast, like a lot of Americans, we were living close to paycheck, and having that $200 or $300 extra to start out with, or the $700 extra to start out with, was a huge excitement for us. So we got into it for the gut health. We enjoy the gut health, and when we started seeing the paychecks that came along with it, that was the cream on the crop. That really made the bonus for us for the Plexus program. We just finished our 4th Maui trip with the company, 5th Maui trip with the company.
Wow.
So we've taken both kids once. We've taken one kid. We've taken my sister and brother-in-law. We've gone twice now by ourselves. It's hard to explain what the company puts on for us. It's a great trip. We really enjoy that trip, and really enjoy. Before that, before she tells the story, I used to claim I would never go to Hawaii. If I was going to go to an island, why would I go to one of the Hawaiian islands where my dollar doesn't go very far? I can go Caribbean, I can go to Central America. We've done Belize, Nicaragua, numerous islands in the Caribbean. But I'll tell you what, every time we go back to Maui, I feel like I'm going home. And this time I actually started looking for houses. So,
man.
But I have to put 2 kids through school first. They can go to Hawaii and live there. The fact that we got the 2 free cars, we're on our 3rd free car now with Plexus. That takes that load off of the house. You guys all live in the Pacific Northwest. You all know how expensive it is to live in the Pacific Northwest. I was just looking yesterday, something popped across my news feed about the most expensive places in each state and how much over. And between Portland and Seattle, the 2 most expensive places in Oregon and Washington, and both being almost 9% above average in of what the average cost of living is in the United States. And I didn't catch what the average cost of living was, but it did say you almost had to make $100,000 to live in Oregon and Washington. And I see it in my job with young guys coming in and not having that dual income and trying to support a family living here. And I have a young lady that works for me that we've been giving her the kids chewables, and I've been giving her some Plexus, and hey, try this, and you could sell this. And she's just trying to build her confidence into selling it. And she's slowly coming along, but I think I still got a little bit of work to do with it. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to take up all of Almee's time, because I know that's who you're truly here to hear. I just wanted to give a little intro to who we are. And with that, I will turn it over to her, and she already has a mic, so I can put this one
all right
away.
Thanks, Ben. Yeah, let's just be honest about Dennis for a minute, though. Let's be honest. So I love his story, and I love hearing. I mean, don't you all kind of like to hear the behind the scenes? You see all the women all the time, but don't you get excited when you hear what the men do and what they really think? But what he's not telling you is that he was awful when I started looking at Plexus, and he was not interested in looking at Plexus. It wasn't oh, she's gonna go down that road. It was truly, oh no, you're not going to go down that road. And don't you have that person in your life, right? Like that aunt that sells that thing, and you're thinking, never. Okay, well, I was the aunt selling that thing for about the first 20 years of our marriage. For about 17 years, I was with another company, and I had left, and I said, I will never do this again. And my good friend Helen had been the one that was like the loudmouth, and she was never, ever, 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 ever gonna sell anything again. And what I realized as I went back to school, and because like Dennis had said, our son was ill, and I went back to school, and I quit working with that other company. And I missed it. I missed helping people get to their own best version of themselves. I missed the helping. I missed the families. I missed the prices. You know, the car is fun and Hawaii is incredible. I will honestly probably work for pocket lint because I love prizes. And so that was the part of it that I really, really missed. But I also, it aligned well about gut health, because I was the person that was about 200 pounds. There was not a Taco Bell anywhere in our vicinity that I didn't know. And I was living on coffee. And as we had one child, right? We were talking about this earlier. You can't call it baby weight when they're 5, 10, 15, 20 years old. And so part of that story is that we were forced to move into a gut health focus. And we would not have been that family. And I'm so thankful for every part of our journey that's been not fun. Like we had talked about, from hormones changing to extra weight to feeling crazy, all of those things were part of that journey for us. And it was terrible and painful. So I do have, like Dennis said, this massive knowledge of gut health because I had to. And back then, just 13 years ago, it was so hard to, when you'd say probiotics, people would look at you and they'd have no clue, and you'd say gluten-free. Now I will say, we were in a portion of Washington today where I said gluten-free and this woman got deer in the headlights. She's like, I've heard of that great white buffalo, she had no clue. So I know that that's not normal for everybody. And so I just want to thank all of you, because taking the time when you could go do something in this beautiful area on a Saturday is a really big deal to us. We do love the adventure. We're so thankful for Jim and for Martha for bringing us up and really for giving us this opportunity to share, because it was all of our drama, but we're on a mission and we truly believe that we're creating a generational change. Now, Plexus is our vehicle, but we want you and your family and everybody to understand that you have a freedom and you have hope and you have so many things you can do in the palm of your own hand that will affect how you feel and function. And it does touch your children, and it does touch your community. And so we're on this mission. So anytime we have an opportunity to go and to speak and to share and to learn, we love it. And so that's kind of where we come from. And what I want you to think about is this. I want you to think about, how does your gut health even affect your life? Like, should you even care? So many times people will ask me, well, okay, right? Or they don't have weight to lose, or they want to gain weight, or they don't have any challenges, they sleep soundly, they don't have any of the issues, they don't have seasonal allergies, they don't have food allergies, they don't have any issues. And so often they look at us and they say, well, why would I even care? Now, because you're in the Pacific Northwest, we have an abundance of knowledge around us. And don't you also find that it's a little bit challenging sometimes to wade through the information that's out there? And the common knowledge is actually suffocating. There's so much knowledge. So what I want to do today, and part of what Dennis and I had talked about, is what part of our story, and as Martha and I had worked together, like what part of this would be valuable? So I want you to go back to that question I asked, and I want you to think about, what is it that matters about gut health? So in the Plexus world, this has been my vehicle. Now, food, rest, water, exercise, connection, and how you supplement, those are my tools. But those affect how you speak and how you sleep and how your hormones change and postpartum and even our winters, because our vitamin D levels get frighteningly low in the winter because we just don't have sunshine. So why should that matter? So let's say you go out and you supplement and you help yourself improve your energy, you drink coffee. You go out and you're exhausted, so you just want another cup of coffee, or you are running through that drive-through around 3 o'clock, right? Now, I'll tell you the honest truth, because I'm kind of snippy. Newsflash. When I drive by and I see that 3 o'clock and I see that long line, I'm just thinking, I'm like, business, keep coming, because that is the common American, that they are so exhausted. But what happens with vitamin D as you come into the winter? Why is it that you're maybe not absorbing? So I want you to think about how you sleep, how you live, how you think, how you gain or lose weight, how you gain or lose muscle. All of those things are related. Your children, you, man or woman, they're all related. They go back to your gut. Your gut is your core, it's your center. So to kind of demystify some of the information that's out there, I want you to think about what would negatively affect your gut. Okay, so why does that gut matter? Well, your body, I want you to think about this. Your body is actually more microbial than you are cellular. So there are more cells or less cells than there are critters on my skin, on the skin microbiome, and internally in the gut microbiome. And your gut is basically anything from your mouth, right, from entrance to exit. And it's all that superhighway in between, all right? Your gut is actually not even dependent on your brain. It does its thing without being told what to do. It speaks upwards. So when you're younger and you hear about that gut feeling, right? We always used to laugh because my son would say when he was little, well, God told my belly. He was like 4. Well, God told my belly. Well, that's gut feeling, right? And so well, your gut has 70% of your immune system is in there. And we don't even think about it. We think about our brain, we think about nerves, but there's more information going from the gut to the brain than there is from the brain to the gut. It's on its own, okay? So it's that important. there's more microbial in there. So what that means is that your body, if you think about it and you understand, let's just say sea monkeys, okay? Sea monkeys are kind of like probiotics. I'm stretching it a little bit, but those are like little critters, right? They live all in there. All those little critters are in there. I want you to think yogurt. What's the big deal about yogurt? Well, it's the beneficial bacteria. So inside of you, that bacteria is actually talking to your brain and your body and your joints and how you go to the bathroom and how you speak and how you are calm and how you sleep. That microbial inside is actually telling the rest of your body how to function. And so it matters if they're in balance. So let's take that a step further. Let's call it a pond, okay? And in the Pacific Northwest, we have a lot of standing water around us, right? So I want you to think about if the rivers that were going down into the pond and the streams that were going down into the pond were negative, you would have a swampy, nasty, gross pond, right? The fish couldn't live, it couldn't breathe, the oxygenation wasn't right, and your body is the same. What that river and that stream, that's your hand to your mouth. And if you are constantly putting in your mouth sugar, right? Dirty meat, right? The meat that always has a lot of hormones. It's raised in a way that's not healthy. Even just your deli meats that are full of preservatives. Those are the things that alcohol, right? Those are the highway that goes in your mouth, that goes down into your gut, that is no different than if we had an oil spill hit a stream and kill everything in that creek. Now, in the pond. And the pond would still be there, right? It's no different. You still have a pond. It's just not healthy. So you're still walking around, and your friends are still walking around. So why does it matter? Well, it's the difference between thriving and surviving, okay? And that pond will still be there, your gut will still be there. But when you get older, you're gonna be more crickety, you're gonna be in pain. And when you go to use the restroom, it's not gonna be right, okay? Your sleep is disrupted, your mood is disrupted. It's the behind the scenes. It's the difference between, I am so darn pleasant to those children right now and you're all here, but when we get in that car, if they were acting a fool, I am on them. And that's the difference. It's the inside, it's the downtime that's happening in the gut. It's no different than behavior. So I want you to think about, if all those things are happening, a lot of your cravings are causing you to actually want that little cookie or want to have, one more bite of chocolate, or you just, you can't handle it. You gotta get out there and do whatever, right? I can't exercise, I'm exhausted. So you're trying to clean up your pond, but it's been such a lifestyle for so long. It's easy, you go through the drive-through, you are told all the time it's okay to be tired and exhausted and have 5 extra pounds and all those things. And so why does it matter? Well, it's up to you. So think about, what can you do in your diet? And the thing is we all know, it's more vegetables, it's less refined garbage, it doesn't come in a box, it actually grew on a tree or in the ground, and we spend the time to actually do those things. But in the busyness of life, my other favorite tool needs to come in. My other favorite tool is supplements. Because a lot of times you're not gonna get what you need to make your interior pond, your microbiome in your gut, thrive. It's mucky, and so you need help. You need help cleaning it out. And that's where I love to use Slim. I love that Slim has alpha lipoic acid in it. That's a detoxifier. It's gonna help my liver, right? It's gonna help it detoxify. It's gonna help the cells. So that's no different than oxygenating that pond with fresh streams, okay? And so this is gonna help. Now, when your internal microbiome starts to clean up, it translates to better energy, ability to sleep, balancing blood glucose, gives your body, for you, will look different than him, would look different than you, which will look different than me, but it will regulate how you feel. And your glucose and your energy is intertwined from head to toe, and every system in between is related to how you function with your blood glucose, but it cleans up the pond. So Plexus is super, super incredible. One of the reasons that I began selling the product and not other products was because I loved Slim. We have 2 choices for Slim. So for all of you that aren't using the product yet, you have 2 choices for Slim. One of them focuses on more hunger control. So let's say you're not making good choices because you're constantly hungry and you need help, then hunger control will be the place to start. Getting your body the opportunity to get more regulated so you start wanting to make better choices. That's what Slim translates to. And so many of you could tell each other your stories about that. And I know those are things that you're experiencing. So cleaning up the cells, regulating the blood sugar, helping not want those foods so that you can get a leg up on making better choices to clean up your own darn pond. Okay, so that's Slim. The second Slim does more with increasing beneficial bacteria. So if you went to that same pond out in the trees, just like your internal gut microbiome, and you added beneficial plants, and you added beneficial bacteria, and you added beneficial critters that ate up the algae bloom, that's the same. So the second Slim is our microbiome activating Slim. It has a different fiber in it. One has a fiber that helps you not be so hungry. The other one has a fiber that helps you when maybe you're the person that hunger is not your problem. It's feeling gross and sluggish and tired and bloated and gassy, and don't even discuss your bathroom habits because they're not right, okay? Just because you know, once a day is not regular. Once every 3 days is not regular, okay? You eat more often than that. And so you want to think about either it's flowing too fast or it's not flowing fast enough. That Slim increases beneficial bacteria because it has a prebiotic in it that is more specific to cleaning all the gastrointestinal tract up. And again, you can see the downstream effects, right? So your brain is clearer, your joints feel better, your body is moving better, you have more energy. If you have more energy, oh my gosh, you might actually get up and go for a walk. And it becomes this circle, all right? So those are Slim. Slim is our cornerstone. That's how we help you. And I love that it's simple. And would you agree it tastes good? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you like which Slim do you like best? Do you like the hunger control?
I like them.
You like them both? All right. How about you ladies? You like
I like the older one.
okay. So you
I
like
don't know which one that is.
okay. Do you like the microbiome? And which one do you like?
I like,
Microbiome.
yes.
Yes, okay. So I had the privilege of being part of the group of ambassadors that helped test that product. So anything that's come out in the last couple of years, I helped test. And so those 2 Slims, I hated the flavor of hunger control. I hated it. And I'm the only one I know. Because everybody's like, oh, it tastes so good, okay, just be quiet. And so now after a little while, I love the benefits, so I drink it anyway, because I love the benefits. I drink one of each. You don't have to. So when you start with Slim, you're literally only going to just simply put it in water, shake it up, and drink it. That's it. It's light, it's refreshing. One of them tastes more fruity than the other, and your choice really is, do I want to focus on hunger in the beginning of my health journey? Or do I want to focus on my gut health, which is going to be the direction you're going to start your journey. So that's Slim, and that's where everybody starts, okay? Now, the other product that I'm super excited about is let's talk about cleaning out toxins. So how many of you love BioCleanse? Like you love BioCleanse. Okay, so magnesium, oxygenation, pulls out toxins. Did you know that your body actually requires magnesium? You have over 300 different processes that your body is requiring magnesium to complete. Now let's talk about food. Most people do not eat enough almonds or seeds or any other nuts. They don't eat enough magnesium-rich foods. You don't eat enough greens. You're not. And so again, we're not trying to replace food, but that extra magnesium is responsible for drawing out toxins. It's responsible for calm. It's responsible for brain. And as a mama of 2 and a husband that travels extensively, these products keep me nice, okay? And that is BioCleanse. So BioCleanse is super simple. BioCleanse is just a couple capsules. You're gonna take them when you take your Slim. Super easy. You're gonna increase your magnesium. it will remove the toxins, okay? I want you to think about it like trash day. It's going to help what the Slim is balancing. Well, where's it gonna go? You're gonna need to get it out of your body. You're gonna need to detox it out. You're gonna need to take the trash to the curb. And that's what BioCleanse does. It also improves your bathroom habits, because so often what you're having challenges with in the bathroom is because you're not getting enough fiber and you're not helping your body remove your toxins efficiently enough. And so that is going to also perhaps help that. All right, let's talk about, now that our whole little pond is cleaning out, we're not craving the junk, we're getting a grip on all of that. Then all the junk is coming out with the BioCleanse. We're helping it continue with the process with the Slim. Super simple, okay? Now where are we gonna put in more bacteria? We have to get that pond back from pure back to a good amount of bacteria, because your body requires it. Because remember what I said, all those little bits of bacteria inside your body, they're responsible for talking to the brain and communicating with your feet and talking about your cravings and your brain health. All of that is responsible. And we're finding every day that we're learning new things about nutrition every day. And a lot of it has to do with bacteria. And the microbiome project is actually this huge project now, because we don't even know. What we know is a thimble. And what we're learning by the time I'm done speaking is gonna be grown. So when you are done, right, you take your Slim, you take your BioCleanse, you want to add back in some good bacteria, right? So we love ProBio 5, we also love Vital Biome. So both of these probiotics, they do slightly different things. When you get what's called a triplex, that's Slim, BioCleanse, and ProBio 5, our Canadian friends, they get Slim, BioCleanse, and Vital Biome. Both of the probiotics are incredible. ProBio 5 does a little bit more in the cleanup of the gut also. It does a little cleanup too, because it has enzymes, but it also is going to help get good bacteria back in. Instead of eating yogurt, which would give you a little bit of good bacteria and more sugar, this is going to give you the bacteria you need in a nice variety. And again, remember what I said, bacteria, mood, craving, pain, it's all related. You can actually go look up probiotics and whatever issue you have, and you're gonna find that there's strain specific, okay? And they're in here, so super simple. This one, strains of bacteria also, but leaning a little bit more towards mood, okay? And so biodiversity is important. Now, you only take one, you only take two, it's super simple. And I will tell you a funny story. We were getting ready to go diving, and this one, I had given away some of our product because I have that tendency, which is really why he started as an ambassador, is because he wanted his own account. Because I would meet you and I'd say, oh, no, you're having these issues, here you go. And I was giving away our product, and we were running out constantly. And so Vital Biome is one of his favorite because it's his chill pill, and he loves it. And I don't know about you or the men in your lives, but there's so often men don't process in quite the same way. A lot of them aren't as verbal, so they're not getting all of that out, and it's chattering in their brain. So having that good probiotic to help them to calm and focus, it matters a lot, okay? So super simple. So let's go back over this, okay? So simple. So how are you gonna start? What product are you gonna start with?
Pink drink.
Pink drink, Slim. One or the other. Does it matter which one? No. One's gonna be towards hunger, the other one's gonna be more towards gut health. Doesn't matter, okay? So Slim, super simple. All right, your second product is what?
BioCleanse.
BioCleanse, okay? What did BioCleanse do? Cleans you out, right? Keeps you going. And not in a mighty blow gross kind of way. Not in like I can't get through Target kind of way, but like in a soft, consistent, right? Happy, wake up in the morning, go about your day more pleasant kind of way. All right? And then what was your last product?
The ProBio.
ProBio 5 or Vital Biome. Depends on which one works best for you, what your focus is. What I love about Plexus is that we have an ambassador. I love the ambassador program because that's that person. Because I really want you to think about how many times have you tried to lose weight or tried to eat better or tried to go to the gym, or we try to do these things, and as humans we need an accountability person, don't we? And what I love about Plexus is we have that accountability person in the ambassador. So that's the person that says, hey, did you take your pink drink today? Hey, or how are you doing? Now here's what I want you to understand. The products are so super simple that you will never forget. And it is so simple in your day. If you're a coffee drinker, fine. You'll probably find yourself not needing as much. And over time, you're gonna start noticing changes. So here's what I would love for you to think about. I would love for you to go home and write down 3 things that are totally irritating you about your health. Like 3 things. 3 things that your gut is just not, like, you're hearing me say energy. Well, gosh, did you know energy is related to your gut health? You're hearing me say bathroom habits. You're hearing me say pain. You're hearing me say mood. If you didn't quite realize, right, seasonal allergies or any of those things, I want you to go home and think about, just write down 3 things that you would think about that you want to improve. Because everybody wants to improve something, and there won't ever be perfection. Because again, what did I say? My favorite tools. Supplements are a tool. They're not meant to replace anything. Once you get going, you're going to find yourself making better choices. Now, here's the other thing I want you to think about. I want you to think about if you could be committed, so how long will this take? Well, think about this. Did you know, right? Because you know that I'm full of factoids that nobody cares about but me. And my poor husband, he's like, oh gosh. He's like, Rain Man, uh-oh. And this will start something, by the way. The rest of our weekend will kind of look like this, briefly, I'll tell you. Every couple of miles, we'll go, oh, I should have told him that. Oh, that was super cool, I should have told him that. Oh my gosh, how many football fields? And like, he's like, oh man, shut up. Like, did you know? Yeah, he's so, yeah. Thanks, babe. But anyway, so just know that that's what's going to happen this weekend. But one of the things that I think that you really want to think about is how this is going to be simple in your life. And what does this then translate to in the future? So we have personally stopped taking the products before because, like I said, I've taken our tools and given them away. And then we have to make sure that he orders product just so that we have it on hand. But I want you to think about your gut. And that when you start improving your beneficial bacteria, you're going to find yourself having changes. So what I want you to think about is what would be the 3 things that you'd want to see improve. And along those lines, I'd love for you to keep a little journal. I'd love for you to track it because so often we say, well, I want to lose 10 pounds and I want it to happen now. And if it doesn't happen in 30 days, I'm quitting. And Plexus didn't work for me. Well, let me be the one that tells you that's horse pucky, because you didn't put it on in 30 days and you have to rebalance. And did you know that you can actually start to, if you were to measure internally, beneficial bacteria starts to grow and starts to make changes within the first 14 days. So you may not look like you think, and your scale might not change, and you might still not be sleeping as stellar as you want to, but you really are having changes happen within your first 14 days because the gut microbiome is that incredible, okay? It's like dropping a drop of ink inside a crystal clear cup of water. It starts to make a change quickly. And so what are you gonna see long term? Well, I've run out of products lots of times. By around the 3rd day, I start to feel more sluggish. Why is that? Because we're not selling a medication. We're not going to override your body. I'm giving you a tool to enhance what you already have, and then you feel better, you do better, and then you eat better, and then things start to change. But I will tell you that every day you're gonna walk out the door and you're gonna breathe in the air that has toxins, you're gonna drink the water that has toxins, you're gonna eat the food that probably has some toxins, and I'm never gonna expect you to live a pure, crazy life until you start growing your own food, working with your own soil, distilling your own water, and you never leave your house, you don't drive a car, you have no electronics, okay? And your thoughts are so Buddhist pure, okay? You are going to have a toxin load in your body. So what Plexus does is it gives you a tool. And it gives you a tool in 3-4 simple products that you start with, super simple, that take you less than 5 minutes in a day, less than like 60 seconds, like shake, shake, drink, done. And so when you think about how simple they are and how easy it is to incorporate in your life, you're gonna start having changes based on your body. I like to write it down. What are the challenges, the headaches, the sleep, the whatever the issue is? And then this week, oh, I don't have that anymore. There are more things that have changed for the positive in my body than I had forgotten that I had issue with. And I have journals from when we first started. Every time I test a new product, I take notes because I'm creepy. And so I like to take notes. But one of the things I would encourage you to do is just keep that journal. Because if you've had an issue for a long time, you want to see. And is Plexus, like we said in the very beginning, will our products cure or heal? Can we guarantee income? Can we guarantee the product? No. But we're offering you a tool that is stellar, that will give you an opportunity to clean so many things up. So let me make fun of us before I end, but let me make fun of us. For those of you that are here, that you are not using the products yet, and you watch people on Facebook, and you're just thinking, now did you all see my big fat Greek wedding? Did you see my big fat Greek wedding? Okay, I love the dad, because everything's the Windex. It's the Windex, right? It's the Windex. I get that sometimes you see us and you go, gosh, it's like the Windex. It's exactly it. You think like, oh yeah, that Triplex X Factor Plus, it's gonna heal everything, right? It's like the Windex. You're like, just add some Slim to it, you know, everything's gonna be okay. No. I believe it's the Windex, and I know we get excited, but Plexus does something different in every body. But after thousands of people, I have thousands of testimonials. All of you that are already part of the company have seen it. What I would ask you today is knowing a little bit more about how your gut works. Knowing a little bit more about the tools that you have to play a part. Knowing a little bit more about what that looks like in your day and what it affects negatively and positively. What I would ask you to think about is, what if? What if you could balance a little bit more? What if you could be a little bit more like who you want to be like? What if you could have that little bit of extra spending money? What if you could have the opportunity to help your family a little bit more? Plexus is tried and true. And as a company that's only 10 years old, what I adore is that our products are not just competitively priced, they're low. And you have 3 ways. You can choose to be a customer, and you can go ahead and one-time purchase and just get what you need. And you're paying less than a Starbucks a day. You could, and just be a customer, and we will love you and we will take care of you. You also could be a customer that says, you know what? I know that I want to give my body a good 6 months, because Aimee said, cellularly, it takes 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 months to see things change in your body. So you could be a customer and go ahead and say, give me 6 months, I want to see where this goes. And you're going to be consistent. Okay, not, oh yeah, I have that stuff. No. Okay, and then you don't call me and tell me that it didn't work. And it's like, you didn't take it. Okay, like I'm not that girl. Don't call me, because I have no issue telling you that you're full of hooey. Okay, so you can be a customer and we'll love you one time every month. My favorite really is ambassador. It really is, but only if you know that you've got people in your life that you want to help. If you don't, please be a customer. We don't want you to be an ambassador. But as an ambassador, you're going to have so many other benefits, from the training to teaching you about products as much as you want to know. What I love is that I'm not your norm. It is not normal to actually understand the gut before you start with Plexus. The common person in Plexus just needs an extra $500. And they want to help themselves and they want to help their family. That's the norm. They're not looking at, let me get a Lexus, and let me go to Maui, and let me retire my husband. They're not that person. Most people aren't. Some are, and they shoot right to the top. But the majority of our company is the common person that just wants the extra. So where I would ask you is, if this is something that's come into your life, you need it, then please don't leave till you get your questions answered. But if you also are thinking, nah, don't care, don't need it, that's okay. That's fine. Go tell somebody that needs to know that we exist. Because as a company that's only 10 years old, we are literally walking the nation talking about the Windex, that this could be a tool for you. So either way is okay, but I would ask you to think, what if? What if this could help me? And what if this could be something that helps me financially? Because what I know and you know is most health and disease and sleepless nights are not related to that donut as much as it's related to that checkbook. And it both ways, right? So I will answer any questions you have. You have to stop recording.